On my screen right now is the Stock Navigators YouTube channel, which we grew from under 10,000 subscribers to over 29,000 with just over 30 videos total. The reason why we were able to add 19, 20,000 subscribers and make some good money on the back end too wasn't because we hopped on the latest YouTube trend or used some viral hack that got us a bunch of subscribers overnight. It was simply by doing YouTube the right way with a strategic YouTube sales funnel. So today I'll be showing you everything we implemented so that you can see exactly how our Done For You YouTube system works to not just generate subscribers, but real business results. The first thing we're going to cover is the channel positioning strategy, and that's going to be how we transformed their visual identity and positioned them as an authority in trading education. Next, we're going to cover the content strategy and ideation, which is the 3-pillar approach and demand-driven content creation process. Next, we're going to cover the video production workflow we used, from script structure to batch filming for consistent posting. And finally, talk about the optimization strategy, which is data-driven performance tracking and how we continuously improved the videos. Let's talk first about the channel positioning. Before, pretty much there were decent views. A couple of videos got 1,000 views, but no real strategy here. As you can see, all of the thumbnails, they look the exact same, and the videos are kind of random. Thumbnails themselves too, just very non-click worthy thumbnails, because if you just scan, right, like you're on YouTube and you're scanning all the thumbnails on a channel, and if they all look the same, just like they do here, then you're not going to know which one to actually click on. And if you don't know which one to click on and nothing catches your eye, then you're just going to go away from the channel. Then unfocused video ideas, because as you can see here, some of the videos are called the Big 3 energy stocks with upside, Monday morning kickoff, market update. So we're just kind of like going over like some live stuff. You know, it's not very consistent. And then this is one of the reasons why the videos were not really taking off here. But when you look at what we did after, you can see that we used a 3-pillar content strategy, which we're going to get into in this video. We used a more strategic visual hierarchy, which sparked curiosity with the thumbnails. We used ideas that confirmed the click, and we used way more effective editing inside the video too to make sure that there was high retention throughout the video. And really, if you just look at them side by side, you can already tell that the thumbnails and the ideas, they're just way more attractive because there's more depth to these thumbnails. Colors that would get attention, and very simple ideas that would get over 10K views per video, 4.5K, and then another was 6.3K. Yeah, the videos just overall performed so much better after we came in. So next, when we first got started, we needed to identify our target audience and our messaging. And so what we learned is that our client avatar was around 35 to 65 years old, usually on the higher end. And we identified this by really just looking at the customer base and going, okay, what is the demographic? If they're an older demographic, we would make videos for that demographic, but we want to attract people who would eventually become customers. We also started making videos for people who were problem aware. These are people who wanted more money, they just didn't know how to get it. And this is a big mistake I see people make on YouTube, is they make videos for just about anyone, like people who are also unaware of their problems. With YouTube, you want to make videos for people who know that they have a problem, they're just not aware of where the solutions are, and you present your service or your product as the natural solution. Then after they watch the YouTube video, they would go and learn about your products and solutions. The situation people were looking for, though, is they were seeking early retirement or an escape from the 9-to-5. So we were making videos to help them accomplish these goals, which are the goals of financial freedom to spend time on what matters. And then the brand voice, we really wanted to make sure we weren't making any crazy lifestyle claims focused on buying back your time, which would appeal to more family-oriented values. And this would also set realistic expectations for any customers coming in. We weren't showing off Lamborghinis in these videos. We were showing real results from real people. So moving on to the content strategy and ideation, we made 3 types of videos. The first were actionable content. These are how-to videos that drive engagement and generate most of the leads. So we would say like about 70% of the videos were all actionable how-to style videos. And these acted as top of funnel content to get new viewers coming in from YouTube. Then we would use the other 2 videos to nurture those viewers and funnel them over to the next step. Next, you have educational videos, which build authority and show why trading, in this case, is the best opportunity to help you make more money, to help you solve the problems that you have. And these videos really touch on why, like the why trading matters. So if we're going like, okay, how to, we're showing people how they can accomplish a certain outcome. The educational videos are showing them why they need it, why they need this solution, and it paints a picture of what their life can look like if they know how to do it. So for this specific video, why you're losing to the stock market, learn from this mistake, This video worked really well because we're showing long-term investors why the market goes down, why their accounts are down like on like any given time or any given year, and then painting a picture of what it could look like if they knew how to manage their accounts for themselves. And so these videos make up about 10% of all the videos on the channel. And then the last 20% of the videos are made up of testimonials, which are the most powerful videos, which provide social proof that everything we talk about on the how to and the why videos works. And so we made a really big effort to get successful clients on video, ask them a couple of questions about their experience, and then use these videos to help nurture viewers and then funnel them over to the next step. So here is how we manage the video production workflow. Step number 1 was all about idea generation. And this was a collaborative process between me and the coaches. Since I'm not a stock trader, I wanted to work with the coaches to make sure that I had all the information I needed to make sure that the video was accurate and would be valuable for any new viewers. I also made sure to use my expertise in finding high search volume ideas but had low competition. And this is really important because you need to look for these gaps where people are asking questions or they're looking for information, but if no one's making videos for those people, you have an opportunity to be a first mover on that idea. And then with the scripting process, we used a basic 3-part structure and the proof, promise, plan, hook formula. I actually have a video on how I do my scripting over on the right corner of the screen. So go ahead and click that if you want to learn how to script very fast. And then with the filming, the speakers would film when they were like more relaxed. Like they would go about their day, do their usual thing, have a workout, have a nice meal, and then they would go on camera because this would just help with their overall authentic delivery. The editing process was really fast too. Like once they filmed the video, I'd send the video and any relevant materials over to the editor where they would do all the cuts and animations probably within 4, maybe 5 hours tops. Deliver the video back to me. We'd go back and forth on a feedback process for quality control to make sure that the video looked good. And then we would publish the video on a weekly schedule with engagement across different channels. So I'm talking like Instagram, email newsletters, all that to make sure that our full-on audience was going and watching the video we posted. So I'm not going to cover all of these ideas individually in this video. I have a full video on idea generation and a full video on scripting already on this channel. So you can go ahead after this video, go and check those out. But when it comes to filming, really the filming process is very simple. It's talking head on camera, kind of like what I'm doing here, and then we would just do a screen share. And the important thing to note was like you make certain videos depending on what problem you're trying to solve. So for trading, for example, it made sense to present the information in a nice way on the first 30 seconds, but then just screen share charts for the rest of the video in the body because we needed the viewers to visually see what the coach was doing. And then the editing, we really just need to keep it super simple. We're just trying to present information in a very clean and simple way. So therefore, we didn't need any kind of like crazy hyper editing. And then with the publishing, that's pretty straightforward. Just want to make sure that your SEO, your key terms, everything is like dialed in and you're not changing the title that you initially had when you started the scripting process. But I will cover the thumbnail strategy that we use because I believe this is a really big part of our success. So we use the rule of 3 to make sure that the thumbnails were very simple, but like effective. First thing we did is we just like made sure the face was clearly visible. That means viewers can see the speaker's eyes, which created a connection and trust, especially with like trading and anything having to do with like money or finances. You want to make sure there's a lot of trust there between the viewer and the speaker. Then we also use attention grabbing colors, greens for any gains made, right? Like red for any losses. And that instantly communicated like the meaning within like a half a second. You could look at this thumbnail and go, cool, like this guy is going to teach me how to make money somehow. But then the more you read it, you're like, oh, cool, I'm going to learn how to make money with day trading. And then we used minimal text as well, only a few words for quick processing, brain processing and maximum impact. So even here is probably the most amount of words I would want to use, like the master's degree in trading. And then as you can see, we also use the rule of 3. We've got 2 people, so 1, 2, and then this bit of text, that's the third element that you're really using here. And then also with this particular thumbnail, we have the speaker, a background that is kind of giving you an insight into what's going to be talked about in the video, as well as some text. So there's 3 elements and that was it. Any more than 3 elements and then your thumbnail is getting too complicated. I'll briefly cover the hook formula we use for all of the videos. Now, this isn't coming directly from any given video, but this is essentially the strategy that we use. So this is the proof, promise, plan framework. And I got this from the Hormozis and it works really, really well because when you put out the proof as a hook works really well. Like if I made X dollars on one trade using, some specific strategy here, the promise is going to say this. If you watch this video until the end, you'll know how to use this strategy too. the plan then is here's the 3-step process we use, and then we go straight to the screen share. And we would often just put a nice screen here with the information, and even like you can see there's a screenshot of the gains made, which really just adds some visual proof. And this formula really works because it's simple. You can repeat it for pretty much all of your videos, and it takes people through the natural progression of, do I trust you? Okay, you have proof. How can this benefit me? You make a promise. Okay, now you need to show me how to do it. That's where the plan then comes in. So it just goes through a nice progression of what people think in their heads when they're watching a new video from someone they have never heard of before. And then lastly, I want to talk about the optimization strategy we use to make sure that our videos were getting a lot of attention over time. So some of the key indicators I looked for were click-through rate. Now, don't put too much like attention into the click-through rate. If your click-through rate isn't at a super high percentage, it is not an indicator that your video isn't good. It just means that you can do more with the title and the thumbnail to get people to actually click through on the video. So I was really trying to make sure that our click-through rate was at 5% or higher. Then with the retention rate, I would aim for a 70% retention rate after the first 30 seconds. That means after 30 seconds, 70% of the average viewers are still watching the video. And then after 2.5 minutes, if 50% of people are still watching, that means everything is really dialed in, from the title to the thumbnail to the hook to the actual content inside the video. Everything is aligned, and this is a very solid video. And we would basically just take those ideas and try and run with them again, try and find some kind of variation where we can make the same video again, just with a different twist. So that's exactly how we added 19,000 subscribers to this channel with just over 30 videos using a done-for-you YouTube video sales system. And so you can absolutely take everything I just showed you and try and implement it for yourself in your own coaching channel or agency channel, but chances are you will run into a ton of roadblocks on the way. Because as you just saw, there's a lot that goes into building a profitable YouTube channel that actually generates qualified calls like this channel did. And it would be better if you got this right the first time instead of wasting months trying to do it all for yourself. So if you don't want to hit any of those bottlenecks and you want our team to create a done-for-you YouTube system that generates 10 to 30 plus qualified calls monthly for your business, then click the first link in the description below to book a strategy call with me right now. And mind you, this is for coaches and agencies already making 20K a month who want to build a scalable, leveraged client acquisition system without spending any extra money on ads or doing any extra cold outreach. So again, click the first link in the description below and I'll show you how we can implement this system into your business today. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and I will see you on the next video.